Brad Abbott here. I'm going to walk you guys through my setup on the bench press. Just maybe you have some takeaways from this on how you are going to set up on your bench press. I'm just going to talk you through it. So we're on the bench, about ready to lay down. I don't really believe in doing anything at this point to get ready. And I've seen people that are like acting like they're getting their back tight before they lay down. That doesn't make sense to me because you're going to mess that up as soon as you hit the pad. So just get set on the bench, lay down. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of set my head where my head level is going to be. I personally set up a little bit further back than most people. And when you hear me say back, I mean towards the head of the bench is back. So I'm going to set myself back a little bit further. The reason for that is I do take a self lift off. I do not get a handoff. I train by myself. It's just something I've had to learn how to do. Even with max effort weight, I prefer a self handoff. So my eyes are just a little bit back behind the bar, 2 inches. So as I go to get set, I'm going to set my neck now from here. I'm going to lift my hips, lift up, plant my neck into the pad. Like my chin is literally touching my chest. So I've got my neck pressed against the pad. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my leg drive. I'm going to put pressure back towards my head and maximize my arch while my shoulders are depressed and retracted so that my shoulders are physically touching the pad. And I can feel that. So I'm going to press against the bar and hold my shoulders there as I push back to maximize my arch and lower my butt to the pad, maintaining that tension. Now I'm going to lower my feet to the floor, still pushing back with my feet. Now I'm going to do like a little bit of another push to where I can push my butt back another inch to maximize my arch even more and lock in this position with my hips. Now, before I go to take my lift off, I'm going to focus on a little bit more of a retraction and a little bit more of a depression of my scapulas as I lift off to take the weight out. So now I'm going to use my leg pressure to set my leg drive that I talk about in other videos. So I'm going to set my leg drive, retract, depress, bring the bar out. Now I've got myself set. I've got my arch maximized, and I'm ready to bench. So the big takeaways to Q: generate as much pressure as you can into your neck. And how we're doing that is we're using our legs to push back. So use your legs, push back, generate as much pressure into your neck. Make sure your shoulders are planted against the pad, and hold that pressure throughout the entire set or rep if you're only doing a single. From the time you unrack to the time you re-rack, you should be able to hold that position, and it should be consistent. I don't really believe in a massive arch I'm a strength coach, so I'm more focused on the actual strength aspect of the bench press, not just maximizing range of motion. But I do want an arch, and you should arch enough to put your shoulders in a safe position, in a nice stable position to execute the bench press. If you're flat, if you're completely flat, you're just asking for injury. So we do want a little bit, to get as much of an arch as you can without over exaggerating it. If you're not a 60 kilogram female, I don't see the point in having that big arch. Let's just get stronger. Let's build mass. So get to work.